Deep within a whimsical forest, bathed in the soft glow of a setting sun, lived a proud fox. His fur was the color of burnt umber, his eyes shone like polished amber, and his tail, oh, his tail was a thing of magnificence, a flowing plume that seemed to hold the very essence of autumn. One day, as he was taking his usual stroll through the woods, he noticed something unusual. A small clearing that had always been there, as far as he knew now, had a large pile of leaves covering the ground. Curiosity piqued. He decided to investigate. With a few well-placed paws, he moved the leaves aside, and what he found beneath took his breath away. It was a mirror, an old ornate hand mirror, crafted from silver and etched with images of mythical creatures. But it was covered in dirt and grime, its surface obscured by years of neglect. Without hesitation, the fox began to lick the mirror clean, his rough tongue acting as sandpaper to remove the top layer of dirt. As the grime came off, the mirror's true beauty started to reveal itself, the silver shining brightly, and the mythical creatures on the frame seeming to come alive. When he finally saw his own reflection staring back at him, he couldn't help but be stunned. The fox looked magnificent, almost regal. In the glass, his fur seemed to shimmer like spun gold. His amber eyes sparkled with an otherworldly light, and his tail, well, his tail looked like a brush of 1,000 golden flames. It was as if the mirror wasn't just reflecting his appearance, it was enhancing it, showing him what he could be, what he could become. From that moment on, the fox was never the same. He strutted through the forest with an air of superiority, his head held high, his tail held even higher. He stopped playing with the other animals, declaring that they were beneath him now. Whenever he passed by a puddle or a clear bit of water, he would stop and strike a pose, admiring the reflection of his magnificence. He became a creature of vanity, consumed by his own image. The animals of the forest, sensing the change in him, avoided him. They couldn't understand this sudden arrogance. The once friendly fox had become a stranger, and not in a good way. Even the birds that had once chirped merrily on his shoulder now scattered at his approach, their cheerful songs turning into mocking jeers. The fox, however, couldn't hear their disapproval. He was too busy admiring himself, basking in the glow of his own image. One day, he decided to show off to the rabbits. He crept up to them as they were hopping around, their white tails bobbing like happy He struck his pose, puffing out his chest and raising his tail until it was almost vertical. But instead of admiration, he saw amusement. The rabbits twitched their noses and ears, then hopped away, leaving the fox standing alone in the clearing. He wanted to chase after them, to show them that he was still the friendly fox they all knew and loved. But when he turned to run, he saw something that made him freeze. The mirror, the beautiful mirror that had become his obsession, lay shattered at his feet, its pieces glinting like shards of ice, and in the fragments he saw not the majestic fox he had seen before, but his true reflection, a simple fox with ordinary fur, ordinary eyes, and an ordinary tail. For a moment he felt empty, lost. The vibrant colors that had seemed so permanent were now dull and lifeless. The sun, which had shone so brightly before, was now a distant, cold orb. The forest, once a place of joy and wonder, had become a dark and gloomy place. The music that had swelled with his every step was now a mournful. Slowly he lowered his head, his tail drooping between his legs. The magnificent fox had vanished, leaving in his place a dejected, ordinary one. As he limped away from the mirror, the first leaves of autumn crunched under his paws, a gentle reminder of the changing seasons and the fleeting nature of his glory. The forest, with its ancient wisdom, seemed to sigh, its trees rustling in the wind, as if sharing a secret about vanity, about pride and the folly of chasing illusions.